Hello there, everyone. I hope you all had a Merry Christmas. I hope my Jewish viewers had a Happy Hanukkah. And I hope us all a good time going into the new year, because this week we got the greatest Christmas present of all. We got the arrival, the cometh of Zark, the something. I refuse to learn that long name. But Zark is here, and he is our present, and with him come some more beautiful, delectable little stocking stuffers. And let's see what our main stocking stuffer is this week. Ugh! Ugh! But we'll get into that. First up, the things that I thought were really positive in this episode. The whole way the Coming of Zark and the introduction of our final story arc, I think is actually really good, and I loved it. I love how they just went right into it. Yuya beats Yuri, darkness coming, here we are, final plot showdown. The thing is that a lot of times, to get into the final arc, there would have been a long exposition scene after the duel, or there would have been like a long build-up scene afterwards, but no, everything went the way it's supposed to, and that is, like, the four boys coming together is the final puzzle piece. This whole show, when you really think about it, essentially, in a very twisted way, is about these four boys dying to become one evil person who will destroy all of reality. That's what it's all been building to. All four boys are genetically designed to do this. And it's kind of a twisted thing, especially when you think about what this means for the pendulums and all the different magicians and all that stuff. So I thought that was really well handled. Like, just do it. Like, just rush into it. Like, we feel the same dread our characters feel, because suddenly we just get this insanity all going in at once as reality is torn apart. And while we're on the subject, one thing I was really nervous about that I thought worked out pretty well was the Zark dragon itself. Like, the thing is that when I saw in the episode preview it was going to be all CG, I got really nervous. We all know, I've brought this up multiple times, how I don't like CG in 2D animation. I find it distracting. It's very uncanny valley for me. But the thing is that I think it actually works here, because since the CGI doesn't feel like it belongs in the same scene, it gives the whole scene this sort of added darkness to it. Like, not only is this thing not supposed to be there, but you feel it as you look at it. It's such a twisted, creepy looking dragon. On top of that, I like the purple, like, going through the dragon as it sort of goes through the worlds. Like, I don't know, it's kind of like when you see Goku light up in Dragon Ball Z. Does it really mean anything? Does it need to be there? Nah, but you kind of get a goosebumps as you realize how much power is being brought out right now. And I really thought that was used effectively here. And even the movement through the dimensions, it was moving very slowly. Again, it gave it sort of this Earth standing still feel to it. Like, as the end of all things comes through, ready to end the world. And as it slowly comes, again, it's going through all of reality at once. It would need to be a little bit slower. I thought that was really neat. Another thing I quite liked was seeing Leo in that scene where he's just panicking. First up, I like the idea that Rei is still talking to Reira, so it kind of makes you wonder, you know, what's going on here. There's still more happening here. But it also brings up an interesting idea, and that is that when Leo is at his computer trying to figure out why this didn't work, where's Rei, why did Zark still come back, I kind of felt sorry for the guy. As he's looking at his screen, you get a sense that he did all this for nothing. It failed. It didn't work. Like, the thing is, the monster still came. He's still going to end everything, and he still couldn't save the most important person in his life. Everything he did, turning everyone's lives upside down, killing many, killing four young girls who all look like his daughter just for his insane goal. Like, I thought it really was just a neat 20 seconds, and it just really, again, maybe I'm thinking about it too much, but I quite liked it, and I thought it was really well handled. These things were done well, and there's one other positive, I'll get into this at the end, but the one other thing, the main thing that really got to me in this episode, it's this, just, what is this? What am I looking at here? Let's start off with the basic problems. The whole design is off. I hate all the weird spikes and the chest piece and all that. It's really distracting. There's just too much going on. Why does it look like Yuya? Like, I'm sorry, you can make the argument, especially seeing Dark Rebellion in the episode preview for next week. It's obvious that Zark seems to like screwing with people, but again, why is it Yuya? And first up, why that color? Like, it looks like, I don't know, something that came out of your toilet. Like, I just don't like the color palette, and I don't like that it looks like Yuya, because it kind of kills the immersion of the scene. The whole point is everything is hopeless right now. Yuya, our hero, is gone. These other 3 boys are gone. All that remains is Zark. That is supposed to be the purpose. But that's not what's happening here. It looks like Yuya, and I saw this thing, and immediately I knew what was going to happen next. Okay, maybe not exactly, but what is most likely going to happen is someone, somewhere, obviously not Sora, most likely not Shun, probably Gogenzaka or Sawatori or maybe Yuya's mom, is going to come, reason with this demon-looking thing. Yuya will come back, which will set off a chain of events that is going to result in the final duel with Zark. And the thing is that obviously Yugioh is going to have a happy ending. It's not a kid's show, but that is the way this show functions, and obviously the world needs to get saved so we can move on to the next one. But the thing is that it's not about that we know how it will end. What matters is what we are feeling while it's going on. Like, the thing is that if the thing that descended to fight Edo and Sora was Zark himself, like, obviously they can't duel a giant dragon, so someone needs to come down, so that way you could also do that scene when he fused into the dragon. That did look badass, though. But the thing is that if Zark came down, if we finally saw Zark's face, how cool would that have been? His big reveal is as he's destroying reality, and he meets one of Yuya's closest friends in Sora, and then when the two are dueling, Sora still thinks he can reason with him. The scene feels hopeless. And then when Sora fails, it feels all the more darker because then he's back inside the Zark Dragon. So now it feels like there's even less of a hope. Then Sora loses, and the scene feels even worse. Zark has now taken away every sense of not just the hope of Sora, but we the viewer. Because the thing is that we the viewer associate our hero with good things. When I see Yuya's face on this stupid bat thing, it really just takes me out of the scene because now I have a good idea of how this is all going to be resolved. It may not do this, but for now, was my reaction. It took me out of the whole thing. I hated watching the thing move. It was just a terrible design. And it's just one of those things where it's like, you take Return of the Jedi, for example. Because Luke knows Darth Vader's his father, they don't make Darth Vader like a dorky dad type character. He's still the evil monarch of the universe. But because Luke feels the Force is still within his father, within Vader. Spoilers for a movie that is 30 years old. But the thing is that because Luke feels that, because that sense is still in there, because he has that faint feeling of the Force, he acts on it. Now, in reality, in this moment, you, the viewer, should be able to figure out that, that means he's just going to save Darth Vader. But when you see the profile of cinema's most iconic villain, the thing is that you kind of can't believe it yourself. And then when you get into that fight, the spectacular fight on the Death Star, and the use of the shadow, and how Vader trolls Luke and all that stuff, you feel like, no, he's got to kill him. And then at the end of the movie, at the end of that fight, when Luke almost does, and not only that, like, Obi-Wan's saying kill him, Yoda's saying kill him, everyone is saying kill him. Even you, the viewer, are saying kill him. When Luke brings it back, when at his most desperate, darkest moment, he is able to keep that feeling of what is right in his heart, and he is able to use that, it's the greatest feeling in the world. The first time I saw Return of the Jedi, and I realized what was happening, I clicked. It just became an amazing, one of my favorite moments in all of cinema. It's such a moment, and I felt like you could have done that here, and it would have made more sense. Like, someone had to sit there and spend a day and a half designing Bat Yuya. And I just thought that you could have done more than what you did. Again, they'll probably make it all work out, but as of right now, it just looks stupid. But what did you think? In the comment section below, give me your thoughts on Demon Monster Yuya thing, or any other thoughts you had this episode. And as for today's TCG question of the week, next week, since there's no new episode, is going to be my annual week of top 10s. The way this works is that I will do about, or at least I hope to get these all out on time, about 6 videos, I think, all consisting of my top 10 movies and anime, and I'll also be doing the best Yu-Gi-Oh cards of the year and my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh cards of the year. But the thing is, there were actually a lot of amazing Yu-Gi-Oh cards that came out this year, and I don't really know what to go with. Oh, and that final positive, I thought it was just really nice, the scene where Sora passes out and is really heartbroken. I just thought that was nice. But basically, the way this works is I want you to just give me some ideas where to start on this list, because right now I have it like down to 50 cards and I need to get the list down. So tell me that below, and as always, click to like and click to subscribe so we can see how Zark gets fixed next week.